two chairs to talk to two chairs from upstate New York. Joining us now is the co-chair of Donald Trump's New York leadership team and the chairman of the, I have a terrible time pronouncing this. Here we go. Onondaga. Onondaga County Republican Party. Tom Dadey, and the co-chair of Hillary Clinton's New York leadership team, and Syracuse Mayor Stephanie Miner. That's so much easier.
It is.
My God, you're much more difficult.
Dadey.
It's all right. Dadey. All right. Now, I can't do the county, and I can't do your name. Donald Trump's going to win the state, right?
He is.
Tell me about what we understand that Donald Trump is a New York City phenomenon.
Right.
What's the Donald Trump upstate New York phenomenon?
Well, he was considering running for governor a couple of years back, and I was part of a small group to try to recruit him to do that, number one. Number two, upstate has struggled and the mayor can attest to this, has struggled for decades with job loss, population loss, high taxes, and that's a message that is gravitating and getting Donald Trump a lot of support here in upstate New York.
Talk about Hillary Clinton. She obviously famously, when she ran for Senate, she came up here, and this was part of how she won the Senate the first time when she first came around. What has there been any kind of significant? She had to reintroduce herself to this part of the world, having been not a New York politician for a decade?
No, I don't think so. She was here 2 weeks ago on a Friday right before the Final Four when we made our run, both the men's and women's team. Had a great day, lots of positive feedback. People were anxious and hopeful and grateful that she had the opportunity to come back because we knew her as a senator, and she started her listening tour here, and that was the kind of exposure that we all started with her. And then she was a very hands-on senator. She was a workhorse, not a show horse, and the people up here had firsthand experience with that.
You two talk amongst yourselves on this topic. We've had years now of politicians in both parties trying to revitalize the economy in this part of the state. What is left to be tried that hasn't been tried?
Well, look, I think it's all about education. We have gone into a global marketplace. You have to compete not just against the South or the West. You got to compete against China and Mexico. And the way you do that and keep a quality of life is having innovation, high-skilled engineers, people who are very smart and can problem solve. And too many politicians have been thinking about doing it with just quick one-shot answers. Just cut taxes or just, give a development break. You need to have a more sustainable approach to economic development.
And I think that's one reason why Donald Trump is called Wildfire is because he is a strong leader. He's built a tremendous company. He employs a lot of people, and jobs and taxes are two big issues here in upstate New York because for decades it's been going in the wrong direction.
You know any Republicans who are going to support Hillary Clinton in a general election?
I do not know any Republicans.
You know any Democrats who are going to support Donald Trump in a general election?
I don't, but I know Republicans who are going to support Hillary Clinton, particularly women. A lot of women, Republicans, are saying they're going to support Hillary Clinton in November, obviously.
Well, I think we're going to have a lot of crossover support because you talk to the common person on the street, whether they're a rank-and-file union person or somebody who's a former Reagan Democrat, they are just frustrated with what has gone on. And I think one of the reasons why Trump is doing so well is because for decades we've been sending the same old people to Washington and nothing is getting done. And when they see Donald Trump come to town or they see the organization that he's built, they know that he can get results, and that's what they expect to happen when he goes to Washington, D.C.
Look, I agree with Tom. I know lots of people who are supporting Donald Trump, and their primary emotion is frustration. And you almost can't talk to them beyond that frustration. They're frustrated folks in just leadership across the board. And so when you try to say to them, well, what about the solutions? They don't want to hear that. They just say, we want to have somebody who goes in there and just blows it all up.
And people are frustrated because I think that's one of the reasons why you're seeing Bernie Sanders do so well in Hillary Clinton's adopted home state.
So again, you guys have easy jobs in some sense politically right now. You both have the candidates that you're representing are the favorites in the state, and they're going to probably win the state. Now, in a general election, let's assume Donald Trump's the nominee and Hillary Clinton's the nominee.
That's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Again, to talk amongst yourselves, because presumably New York will be one of their two New Yorkers competing for the votes of the state. Make the argument for why this part of the world should favor Donald Trump over Hillary Clinton, not over the other Republicans.
Well, first of all, Donald Trump was born and raised here in New York. He's born in Queens. He'll do very well in New York City. He doesn't need to win New York City. He just needs to do better than our former statewide candidates, as Republicans have done. He's going to do very well on Long Island. He's going to do very well in the suburbs, and he's going to have a lot of support in upstate New York because there's been a lot of issues over the last couple of years that there's a reason why there's a lot of voter frustration. He is going to make it a very competitive race. He's going to put New York in play in a general election in November if it's Donald versus Hillary.
Why is he wrong?
I think it's a one-word: substance. That when you start voting for President of the United States, that's a very personal vote, and people are putting their livelihoods and their families and their children's livelihoods. They want to have somebody who is steady, who knows substance, who works hard, and has already talked about policy and implemented those policies.
Well, and Donald Trump has a very successful record of building a company and creating jobs. And that's what we need here in upstate New York. And that's why he is going to do so well in upstate New York.
Okay, less than 30 seconds. Are you both proud that two of the leading presidential candidates are New Yorkers? You both proud of that?
Well, look, I'm proud to be supporting Hillary Clinton.
You got pride in the fact that the leading Republican candidates in New York are too, or none?
Well,
Wasn't Hillary from Arkansas or Illinois?
Well, you know what?
I'm very proud
No
to be
state
supporting.
pride in that. No state pride in
I
that.
have to tell you, seeing the things that Donald Trump has said, the way he said it has not made me feel proud
Do you?
at all.
Real quick, yes or no? State
I'm
pride?
very happy that he is. That's why I
Would
support
you have pride
him.
that Hillary Clinton and other New Yorkers are the
She's
leading
not
candidates?
really a New Yorker.
Oh, my goodness. All right.
Okay, all right. Just say your last name again.
Tom Dadey.
Dadey, Tom
Yes,
Dadey.
yes.
Thank you, Mayor Minor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
It was
coming.
great to meet you both.
Thanks
Great
for
to have
coming.
you on. When we come back, we'll give you the blow-by-blow of what happened in the ring last night at the Brouhaha in Brooklyn.